Three.
Yeah.
Joining me now is Michael Joseph Rees.
G'day.
Welcome to Newsport.
Thank you.
First and foremost, very quickly, why should Douglas Shire community members vote for you as one of their new councillors?
Well, I've been here 20 years and I am unique as a candidate because I've lived in Forest Creek, Daintree across the river for a decade. I've lived in Mowbray and now I'm in Port Douglas. I'm a business owner, so I have a broad reach and a very broad understanding of the Shire.
Just on that then, what is your view on the Bushy Creek Causeway issue?
Well, that is a Mareeba Shire issue.
Yes, it is.
So we can compel them to do something with it. Now, I know the Bushy Creek overpass because, well, it should be an overpass because I sat there in my ute for 5 hours reporting into Paul Macon about how blocked off it was. So I would like to appeal to Mareeba Shire and Department of Main Roads to get that sorted and elevate if they can.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Just in a nutshell, just give us one or two really key focuses or priorities that you want to implement, deliver, or advocate for if you were to be voted in as a future?
Well, I've got in my hand the economic development strategy. Probably one of the best things about that is it cues and compels a council to look into the diversification of agriculture. So I'm really big into that. I've spoken to a lot of farmers in the last week. Yeah. It is horrible that men in their 70s, 80s and women have all had their livelihoods on hold waiting for the decision of one guy. One guy lamented about not planting hemp 5 years ago because he would have had a yield by now. So I think that strategy is really important to me, to diversify in agriculture. A council can assist with that by linking them with Department of Agriculture and Fisheries, all that kind of stuff. I think diversification in tourism is really important as well. So working with tourism and Daintree, Port Douglas Daintree, and really supporting them to get us out there and appealing to a younger market. I think the average age is between 45 and 54 and 65 plus. We need those 30 to 45, that up and coming. We've got that. We need that younger market, but we need the infrastructure. This report actually identified that the biggest concern is that we don't have one flagship hotel that will attract others to innovate and renovate and lift the standard. Also, we don't have a safe swimming area or amenities in the wet season. That's another thing the report. So I'm real all over that.
Your views on the water crisis that's plagued the show in the past 4 months?
Yes. My views?
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, there are three arguments I'd make. I would compel the states and federal government to comply with Australian law, the Australian Drinking Water Guidelines, which is informed by the World Health Organisation. They are compelled by law to deliver safe drinking water and infrastructure. That's one argument. Two, with a jewel in the crown with tourism. So we need to have adequate drinking supply, and we can make that argument as well. So that's really important.
Bridge or ferry?
Right now, ferry. Absolutely.
How do you view the stagnation of sorting that solution out?
Look, it's been really frustrating. I would revisit, if I was successful in the single ferry 4-lane dual entry access point. I caught that ferry 5 days a week, 50 weeks a year for a decade, and that absolutely needs an upgrade. If the bridge was to ever come into play, that is years away. The depreciation is huge, the insurance is massive. I'd never rule anything in or out. That's, I think, morally and ethically in council, you shouldn't do that until you have the data and facts. But right now, absolutely the ferry.
And lastly,
yes.
What do you regard as the single biggest strength that you're taking to being a potential councillor of Douglas Shire?
Well, I'm very enthusiastic and I've got a good broad range. I've got a good business mind, and I'm willing to work with any councillor that gets in. So any mayor that comes in, I will support them, I'll embrace them. They'll be our guy or girl. Any councillor that gets in, even if it's an incumbent, I will embrace them too. My interest is only on delivering infrastructure and a good budget that the CEO can work with. So I'll work with anyone.
Michael, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Michael.
Well,
okay, thanks.